We are now in the winter, and so fire and warmth feels welcoming and helpful. So the sound that you're hearing, on one level, it is the crackling of the campfire. On the other level, it is a crystal singing bowl and a wind chime. So adjust the volume so that it feels just right. If you have earbuds or headphones, that might be the most pleasant for surround sound. Find a place where you can be comfortable and also not be distracted or startled. Whether you have your eyes softly open at the screen of the fire, or you hold the fire in your mind and you close your eyes, either way is perfectly fine. And then allow yourself to consciously breathe. We hold our breath so often and just minimally breathe. So allow your belly to soften and expand, bringing in the oxygen. Maybe even bringing that air down into your lungs as deeply as possible. And then let it fall out however it wants to do that. And it might make you yawn. You might imagine that the sound of the crystal singing bowl is surrounding you. It is a round bowl, of course, and the contact that is making the sound, it's going around and around the top edge. So you might imagine that you are in the center of that sound. It is moving around you, holding you, protecting you, even encouraging you to feel a little more presence, maybe a little more relaxed in this place where you are, wherever that is. The light and the warmth of this imaginary fire can be felt in your mind, and maybe even in parts of your body. You might remember or imagine what this warmth is like. A contained fire for your warmth. Another breath in. And as you exhale, you might imagine that you are letting go of a little bit of anything that might not be helpful for you. Anxiety, stress, tension, tightness, heavy thinking, worry. Imagine that it is being blown out, maybe even towards the fire. You might imagine that the fire is taking that which is not helpful or was helpful, and maybe it is not at this moment. As you breathe in, you might imagine that as your lungs expand and you feel the new breath moving in and around your body, that it is something that is helpful. It is bringing in calm, maybe contentment, trust, clarity, connection, relief, anything that feels helpful. You are welcome to call it in on your breath, and that the fire has warmed it for you just a bit. And now this image and this imagining of fire, contained, helpful fire, you might imagine that somewhere in your body there is a need fire, meaning a fire just big enough for the need. Maybe it's in your belly, maybe it's in your heart, or your mind, or your throat, or your hands, or the bottom of your feet. Whatever pops in is right. And this is a sacred fire. So you might actually tune into it a bit. How does this fire feel? Is it burning just right? If it feels small or like it's almost ready to go out, you might imagine that you feed a twig or a small branch or a log to that fire to stoke it up till it's just right. If it feels too big, you might imagine that you are dialing it down so that it's just right. Maybe the warmth from that fire begins to expand and move throughout your body in a comforting, helpful way. From your toes to your fingers, through your core, maybe out the top of your head, in just the right amount. You are in control of the amount of fire. Imagine that you have this dial that you can turn it down or turn it up. You can feed your fire. You can feed your fire gently with something that you are ready to let go. Concern, envy, anger. Imagine just a little twig of one of those feelings that you could imagine that you are putting in this fire. Offering this sacred fire that which you need to let go. Then listen to the crackles of the fire. As the beauty of your fire continues. After the sound of the wind chime and the singing bowl goes quiet, what remains is the fire and you. You might, if you have had your eyes closed, you might open your eyes and stare into the flame, a practice as old as humanity. allowing yourself for just a minute or so to contemplate the fire, maybe even asking the fire for a message of comfort, for its companionship. Gratitude for something in your life that is real and helpful, even if it's your breath, a part of your body, a relationship, anything. Being able to taste food, being able to see anything that is real for you. And turn your attention to the fire and offer the spirit of fire your thanks in this moment for this particular fire as it's showing itself to you, how you feel your own fire in your body, just right fire of warmth and life, light in the darkness. Maybe turn your attention towards your body. And just as it is right now, even if there's pain or you wish it were different in some way, might you offer gratitude to your physical body right now? As your attention comes back to the room where you are, the place where you are, notice your breath one more time. The in and the out, the consistent rhythm, as long as we are graced with it.